Hello again, everyone. This is another video on Horse Life, an add-on for Teagle Horses in Second Life. This is video 2 in a series of videos that I'm going to be doing that's going to show you what the system is capable of. The system is designed to let you train, feed, water, groom, pet, and just overall add more life to the Teagle horses. It even lets you set and design your own custom personalities for your horses. So it just adds that touch of realism that the Teagle horses were kind of missing for me from the beginning, which is kind of why I decided to design this. I made this as kind of a passion project for myself, but I'm going to be releasing it to everyone to enjoy. So in this video, I'm going to be showing off the training system for the horses that lets you train your horses up and basically earn titles, and it has kind of a leveling system. So with this system, there's 4 basic stats that you have. These stats are going to be agility, speed, stamina, and strength. And all 4 of these stats are trainable at places or locations that have the objects that are considered experience gainers set up, which I'll cam over and show in just a second here. So these 4 cubes that you see here between each of the cones, the yellow, the blue, the green, and the red, these are the experience gainers. Each one of these is going to add a random amount of experience to each of your horse's stats whenever you go over them and collect them. On a normal course, these would typically be transparent, so you wouldn't even see these the way that they look here. You would just be going about training your horse, and it would gain experience. The yellow cube is going to be agility. The blue cube there is going to be speed. The green one is going to be stamina, and the red one is going to be strength. The idea here is agility would be something that you would use for like a jumping course, speed would be on racetracks, the stamina one would be on cross country, and the strength one would be for cart pulling races or anything else that has strength, like log pulling. When you go over each of these, there is sounds that you will hear if you have them turned on. There is one sound for gaining the experience and one sound for when you earn a star. When you earn a star, that just means that you've reached the first level or next level of each stat gain. There are 5 stars to earn in each stat, and they all affect your overall score. Your overall score of training the stats plus taking care of your horse on a day-to-day basis is what affects your title. All horses start out at novice and then work their way up. For now, I'm going to have the sounds on so that you can hear a preview of the sounds that happen when you go over these experience gainers. Each one of these cubes also has a 20-second cooldown, so you might want to wait for 20 seconds after you complete a course to go back through it again so that you can earn each experience cube. This setup should also allow a little bit of incentive if you have them set up on something like a race course or a cross-country course, because the first one to the cube is going to be the one who gets the experience. And now I'm just going to go over them and show you the preview of the sounds. And that is the experience gain sound that you will hear each time your horse gains experience. And here you can see that after I went through it the first time, going through it a second time right after didn't give me any additional experience. So when you pass over it a second time directly right after the first time, you won't gain any additional experience. You'll have to wait for that 20-second cooldown each time. And it's only per cube. It's not like, let's say I went over the yellow one and then I went over the blue one. The yellow one has its own individual cooldown and the blue one is completely separate. And now here I've disabled the sounds. I'm going to show you the messages that pop up when you have sounds disabled. Each one will print its own unique message. And so as you can see, each time you go over a different type of experience gainer, it gives you a different type of message to show you exactly which experience it is that your horse has earned. Once you've gained enough experience in a stat, you'll earn a star in a stat. This is what I was talking about earlier. Stars are affected by how well you take care of your horse every day and how much experience a horse has in a stat. So even if you gain your first star, you might not directly see a change in your title. It's going to be affected by the overall score that you have gained. At the time of making this video, there's currently, I believe, 6 titles that you can earn. You're going to be able to check how many stars your horse has by checking their stats with the command /6 stats and then your horse's name, and that will print their stats into nearby chat. And I'll show that here in just a second. And so you see here, this particular horse has a star in agility, but he's still a novice. And that's because his basic stats are pretty bad. He hasn't been taken care of quite yet. So he still has the title of novice. Everything that you see in the stats window has an effect on your title. Your title is going to be your point of reference for how well you're doing at horse life, how well you're taking care of your horse. Now I'm going to show you, you can also use these, well, you can use these training frames pretty much anywhere that you'd like to, if you're interested in setting them up on some kind of course. In this particular instance, I'm going to show you how to set them up on a Bonasalto course. So Bonasalto courses are already scripted for Teagle horses in a time trial fashion, but they don't have any kind of, you know, bonus for training your horse or anything of that nature. Also, I got stuck. But so by adding these onto the time trial, you get a really interesting kind of game where you can not only compete for time, but you can also compete to gain experience. All of these ones that are rezzed out on this particular course are the agility cubes. When you set these up on jumps like this, it's best to try to have them perfectly centered over the jump. Now, I am going to be including loose scripts for sim builders that could put the scripts inside of these jumps, which will make them compatible with the system. In that case, your horse going over the center of the jump will always give it perfect experience, but it has to be perfectly over the center of the jump, just like in real life, because in real show jumping, if you jump off to the side of a jump, of course, the judges are going to fault you. So I designed it this way for a reason. And now you'll get to watch me do absolutely terrible at jumping this course. And you can see when I jump over these cubes, I'm not getting perfectly centered. I'm not earning experience. That was a really good jump. That one was a bit too high, which is why I didn't earn experience on that one. And then that one I just completely miss. I'm very terrible at show jumping. But you can also see here in the chat where the bonus salto course is also going off with the times because they don't conflict with one another. So it just adds another level of interest to jumping on these courses that we all know and love. And of course, you can use these prims to set up on other styles of courses, such as the bonus salto racetrack. You would do that by setting them out in a line, checkpoint style. Thinking kind of like, you know, how Mario Kart has those blocks where you collect the, what are they called? The power-ups. You would set them up in a similar way like that.